somebody's ass. It's a bad day.
What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. I am so tired. I've been doing taxes for 2 days straight. I've only slept 2 hours, I think, in the last 24 hours. I'm not really sure. I slept 2 hours since last night and 3 hours since the day before that. But they're done. I can go to H&R Block tomorrow, and they can tell me how much I got to pay the government. And then it'll be all good until next year. Anyways, we're going to be starting off with this first video titled Iran Reports Strikes Amid Ceasefire as U.S.-Pakistan Prep Talks. Apparently we got a ceasefire going. It's fragile though. Then we got a video titled President Trump absolutely has the moral high ground over Iran, says Karoline Leavitt, because there was a press briefing. And I was doing taxes instead of covering it. It's the government's fault. Then we got a video titled, we got a doubly. We're going to play these back to back. First one's USPS to retain 80% of Amazon deliveries under new deal. And then the second video, Anthropic says the new AI Mythos or whatever it is too powerful to release to the public, so let's give it to Amazon. That's a good idea. Then we got an interesting video titled Ex-Attorney General Pam Bondi won't appear in House deposition in Epstein investigation. I wonder if they did this strategically. Then we got our midlife break, or funny video halfway through. Today was provided by Guessum and is titled Klaus's First Google Search. Then getting back into the news, we got a video titled Husband of Missing American Woman in Bahamas Speaks Out. I don't know, it's a suspicious story. Supposedly the wife fell overboard, don't know what happened. Then we got a shit video. It's titled Former FedEx Driver Pleads Guilty in Murder of a 7-year-old Girl. And then I try to make all kinds of excuses for why he would do that. Then we have a video titled Man Shot by ICE in Patterson Was Acquitted of Murder, Attorney Says. Now this guy's an illegal and ICE was getting the best of him. Apparently they shot him. They can't figure that out, but they act like he's an angel. Then for the last little bit of the news, it is Lefties Losing It. Today it's titled Gutfeld dominates late night ratings as Colbert, Kimmel, and Fallon Flounder, I don't know, Fallon, that's what it is, Fallon Flounder. Tongue twister. Then we're going to be getting into the fun stuff. I am not eating sour candy today. I am sorry, but I haven't eaten real food and I'm starving to death and I cannot eat sour candy today. But we will do it tomorrow. We will be picking back up with the Brain Blasters sour candy tomorrow. But we will be covering our funny videos today. The first one's provided by Donnie and it's titled, what is this? Oh, that bus is huge. And then our official funny video of the day was provided by Ghostly and it's titled The Street You Grew Up On. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. And what is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Snooks? What's up, Guessum? What's up, Russell? What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Tin Man? What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Wrench? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Elder Zoomer, you were first today. Happy freedom to you, and I appreciate you racing in the chat, Elder Zoomer. What's up, Pickles? What's up, Culty? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Turbo? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Major? Happy freedom. Let me see. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom. What's up, WC? Happy freedom to you. I think we got everybody. Make sure you hit that like button over on Rumble. Get us back on the front page. And what is up, everyone over on the GoofTube? Joe, I think you were first today. Happy freedom to you. So Robert, happy freedom. What's up, Roman King? Happy freedom to you. Guess I'm your omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Mrs. Satan? Happy freedom. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Patriot Roy? Happy freedom. Make sure we get everybody here. I think so. What's up, Boost of Flames? Appreciate you sliding through. You guys hit that like button over on the GoofTube as well. And what is up, Meta? Happy freedom. What is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, everyone on Twitch? What's up, everyone on X? What is up, everyone on Blaze? Happy freedom to you hooligans. Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we're going to be starting off with Iran's really fragile ceasefire deal that apparently we have. Let me see. Rotella just raided us? Hold on a second. I just seen the thing. Thank you so much, Rotella, for the raid. Really appreciate it. Let me grab your link really quick. We'll post it in the chat. Make sure you guys go follow Rotella. Go do the thing. Come on, pin it. There we go. Go follow the Rotella. Thank you so much for the raid, Rotella. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. We are just getting into things. Go ahead and hit that like button. Let me get this pulled up. I don't know why the GoofTube is buffering. Come on, you piece of shit. There we go. We'll be starting off with this ceasefire deal here. Once again, it's titled Iran reports strikes amid ceasefire as U.S.-Pakistan prep talks. Go ahead and hit that like button. Let's get into this.
Wall Street had one of the best days we've seen in the last year as a two-week ceasefire agreement continues to play out. But Iranian media outlets tonight say Tehran is considering pulling out of the agreement. And CBS News reports tonight that Iran has shut the strait again. There's a lot of confusion right now. It comes after Iran accused Israel of violating the deal. Natalie Brand now to bring us up to speed from the White House.
On day one of the ceasefire, social media video shows the aftermath of what Iranian state media says was a strike on one of its oil facilities. Iran says it launched missile and drone attacks on Gulf neighbors.
It takes time sometimes for ceasefires to take hold. We're watching it. We're prepared if necessary.
Iran has accused Israel of violating the ceasefire over continued strikes on Hezbollah in Lebanon. The White House says Lebanon is not part of the deal, but Iran disagrees and says it suspended tanker traffic through the Strait of Hormuz.
What they're saying publicly is different privately. We have seen an uptick of traffic in the Strait today, and I will reiterate the president's expectation and demand that the Strait of Hormuz is reopened immediately, quickly, and safely.
The two-week ceasefire starts the clock on the more intense talks with the hope of achieving a lasting peace. Pakistan has invited the U.S. and Iran to Islamabad later this week for further discussions.
This is a fragile truce.
The White House says Vice President JD Vance will travel to Islamabad to lead the U.S. team in those talks.
I think if they negotiate in good faith, we will be able to find a deal. But that's a big if, and ultimately it's up to the Iranians how they negotiate. I hope they make the right decision.
A key focus will be Iran's enriched uranium. The president said on Truth Social the U.S. will work with Iran to dig up and remove the deeply buried nuclear dust. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
All right, the update on Iran there. We'll see how that all turns out. They can do what we say or else. Anyways, we'll go ahead and hop right into this next one. President Trump, or actually it's Karoline Leavitt saying President Trump absolutely has the moral high ground. Go ahead and play this clip really quick and then we will hop in the chat here. Karoline Leavitt looking real nice today. Hit that like button. Let's get into this.
Regarding the president's rhetoric, when the U.S. invaded Iraq in 2003, George W. Bush said in a message to the Iraqi people that the military campaign was directed, quote, against the lawless men who rule your country and not against you. Yesterday, the president threatened to destroy Iran's civilization, the entire civilization. Not the Iranian government, but the Iranian civilization, the Iranian people. The U.S. has been a moral leader for most of its history by fighting wars against other governments, not against civilizations. How can the president claim that America can ever have the moral high ground if he's threatening to destroy civilizations and not casting wars as fights against other governments?
Andrew, I think you should take a look at the actions of this president over the course of the past 6 weeks and the actions of our brave men and women in our United States military who have taken out essentially taken out the military of a rogue Islamic regime that has chanted death to America for 47 years, that has killed and maimed thousands of American soldiers over the course of the last 5 decades. The president absolutely has the moral high ground over the Iranian terrorist regime, and for you to even suggest otherwise is frankly insulting.
With all due respect, Karoline,
Go ahead.
with all due respect,
Go ahead.
There is...
Caroline, I'm just, given the gravity of what he said yesterday, what was your understanding of what he meant when he said, this civilization is going to be eliminated?
I think it was a very, very strong threat from the President of the United States that led the Iranian regime to cave to their knees and ask for a ceasefire and agree to reopening the Strait of Hormuz. So it was a very strong threat that led to results. And as the Secretary of War stated at the Pentagon this morning, it was not an empty threat by any means. The Pentagon had a target list that they were ready to hit go on at 8 p.m. last night if the Iranian regime had not agreed to open the strait, which they did, and I think that's something we should all be grateful for.
The United States is a moral leader in the world, given that
I was asked this exact same question by your colleague Andrew in the back, and I think, again, the insinuation by anyone in this room that Iran somehow has the moral high ground over the United States of America is insulting, considering the atrocities that they have, committed against our people and our military over the past 5 decades.
Okay. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. So next up, we got USPS to retain 80% of its Amazon deliveries under this new deal between Amazon and the USPS, and it's doubly. The second video, Anthropic says new AI Mythos is too powerful to release to the public, so they're going to give it to Megacorp. Both those videos are coming up next. So first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you all going to think about these first two videos. In the first video, they're saying this is day 1 of a 2-week ceasefire with Iran. They say that Israel hit Lebanon, and Iran is saying that they've closed the Strait of Hormuz because Israel violated the deal. Israel says Lebanon isn't part of the deal. Despite Iran saying that they closed the strait, the White House insists that there is traffic moving through the strait. Now talks are supposed to take place to figure out a plan on peace. They mentioned JD Vance will be part of the peace talks. It also mentions that President Trump is offering to go dig up the uranium in Iran, which is an interesting suggestion. Then the second video there, Karoline Leavitt defending President Trump's words threatening Iran, saying the whole civilization will die if they don't make a deal, saying threats like that is how the deal was made, as we had a list of targets ready to go. Do you hooligans think that President Trump's tough talk is a little bit too much in this case? Like I said, USPS, Amazon, and Anthropic all coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about those first two videos. 10-man reporters are idiots. They are idiots. What's up, Green Eyes? Happy freedom to you. Kelsey, she's going to need a new shirt soon? I know. She was looking 3D. She's popping out at us. Coldy, the reporters are absolutely tarded. They are. What's up, Sage Pup? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Glass? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Shane? Happy freedom. What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom to you. UFO, say uncle or I'll end your civilization. Basically. That's basically what we did. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Campfire? Happy freedom to you. Her children will never win an argument. They're never going to go hungry either. Colty, she's absolutely glowing. She is. What's up, Magic Moon? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cool Frog? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Huntington? Happy freedom. Huntington's seriously as bad as two kids arguing about who started the argument. Yeah. They need to wrap it up. Gas is getting too much. I think it's like $4.16 for gas right now here in West Michigan. It's too much. Colty, no, I seen you sent me a message, but I haven't seen it yet. What's up, Magic Moon? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Streamweaver? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Wokopotamus? Happy freedom. What's up, Trickster? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dustin D? What's up, Roy? What's up, Overtaxed? Happy freedom to you. That name is very appropriate. What's up, Dan? Happy freedom. Make sure we get everybody. UFO Johnny, you're in Traverse City? That's badass. A hooligander. Very nice. What's up, Speed? Happy freedom. UFO Johnny, yeah, I'm near Muskegon. We're not that far apart. What's up, Wrench? Appreciate you being omnipresent. What's up, Donnie Brooklyn? Happy freedom. What's up, A-Quest? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Buckeye? Happy freedom. Appreciate all of you guys sliding through. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. A-Quest, you think the tough talk is good? It doesn't bother me as long as they're moving this. What did President Trump call it? An excursion? As long as they move it forward. Guess yeah, see, I don't want those problems. I just want the taxes to go smoothly. That's all I know. Happy freedom to you, Sam. Sam, you were right. What's up, Fresca Bean? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, we got 2 videos we're going to play back to back. But first, I want to remind you guys, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. This first video is about USPS and Amazon. They got a deal going on, I guess. I don't know exactly how it works. It sounds like USPS is getting a better deal, and they were being threatened of being rivaled by Amazon, I guess. I don't really understand all of this, but we're going to figure it out. Hit that like button and let's get into this.
Amazon said it reached a new agreement with the U.S. Postal Service on package deliveries. Sources said the deal allows the cash-strapped mail system to retain about 80% of its existing deliveries from Amazon, its biggest customer. That's a dramatically better outcome for USPS than the 2/3 or larger cut to deliveries Amazon had threatened, according to a Reuters report last month. USPS had warned that it could run out of cash as soon as October, and the risk that Amazon would replace the carrier by expanding its own delivery network or using rivals was an existential threat. Sources said Amazon will continue to expand its delivery network, but not to the point of rivaling the U.S. Postal Service. USPS didn't immediately comment on the new agreement.
All right, like I said, this first of 2 there. Second video about Anthropic, which makes the Claude AI, and that's also the AI that the government just parted ways with because they have too many morals to work with the government, I guess. This is Anthropic says that their new AI Mythos is too powerful to release to the public, so they're going to give it to Amazon and big corporations like that, which I don't think that's a good idea, but either way, hit that like button and let's get into this.
AI safety and research company Anthropic now says that it cannot release its latest AI model, and it's because it's, quote, too powerful for the public. The company is concerned that cyber criminals and even spies may abuse their new technology. Anthropic says its product Mythos was too good at finding weaknesses in operating systems and web browsers. The next generation model also breached its own safeguards, going rogue. So instead, Anthropic will share Mythos with some of the world's biggest companies like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. The company says they want them to use the AI to look for bugs in their system. Interesting.
All right, world's quietest video there. Anyways, next up we got ex-attorney general Pam Bondi won't appear to House deposition in Epstein investigation. Now they're trying to say that she's not the AG anymore, so she shouldn't have to testify. But Nancy Mace, who's a part of the oversight committee, said that they asked for her by name, that it doesn't matter that she's not the AG anymore. It makes me wonder if they did this strategically, hoping it would work. Either way, it's coming up next. So first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these 2 videos. The first one, Amazon and USPS makes a new deal with delivery, which I didn't realize they already had a deal rolling. Amazon agreed to give USPS 80% from what they make from Amazon deliveries. They mentioned that Amazon will continue to expand its delivery service, but it won't come to the point of rivaling USPS. I'm not really that worried about it because they treat me like shit down at the post office, so I'm not worried about how that stuff's going. And then the second video there, new Claude is too powerful to release to the public from fear of misuse by cyber criminals or spies. So they're going to give the tech to major companies like Amazon so they can study our face. I was seeing a video that was talking about how your phone flashes your face with infrared light to see if you're looking at it, to see if you're trying to unlock your phone and stuff. But they started using that technology to pinpoint where you're looking at the phone. So if you're scrolling through ads or pictures or posts on the internet, not only can it tell what you're looking at, but it can tell specifically where in the picture you are looking or where in the video you're looking. So if you watch a lot of Karoline Leavitt and then you start seeing big boobs on your screen, there's a correlation there, and it's because they're watching your eyeballs. Now they're going to give it the new Anthropic, and well, they'll be able to read our minds soon. Either way, like I said, next up, Pam Bondi. She's not going to be testifying for the House deposition on the Epstein investigation. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you all can think about those 2 videos right there. Snook's Claudette? No. No, we don't need Claudette. Guess we pay for a phone to sell us ads. It's ridiculous. I agree. Sam, I swear everyone's trying to rob us every day, including our own government. Yep, absolutely. Guess UPS has been hauling USPS mail for years. Post office just needs to go away. I agree. Green Eyes USPS mad because Amazon delivers more. Yep. I don't know why we need USPS. They're terrible. They're terrible. Green Eyes Anthropic is just what the libs and kids need these days. Do all the thinking for them. Colty, I'm a wet fart away from completely ditching all electronics and all technology. Yeah, but they try to make it so you can't. You know, like renewing your driver's license, all that kind of stuff. They want you to do that online now. You want everything to be online. Pretty soon, you'll just log in to vote. You won't go anywhere. You'll just log in and tick a box and then sign out. Eventually, that's what it's going to be like. Fresca Bean, I mail letters and packages, and USPS is affordable compared to the rest. I don't want it going anywhere. I just wish that they would improve their customer service because it's awful. It's like they pick people from Waffle House and have them go be UPS or USPS workers. Postal workers. I hate calling them postal workers because most of them here are big old fat old ladies. I'm like, they ain't going that postal. They're just mean. They're just fucking mean. Mochapotamus, they're already reading our minds through algorithms. They know you better than you do. Oh, I totally believe that. Fresca Bean, would you trust using Anthropic on your cell phone or just your computer? I use it on both. I use it on both because it's connected. So if I'm not sitting here at the computer or I'm away from the house and I get an idea for a new feature on one of the apps I'm building or something I want to add onto the website, I can talk to it on my phone, then come back to the computer and pick up where I left off in the conversation. So sometimes I'll be out and about and I'll have it write code for me. And then when I get back here, I can copy the code and test it out and see what I need changed and stuff. But I'm not worried about it like everybody else is. What's up, Sind? Happy freedom to you. What's up, IB? Happy freedom to you. I'm sure some huge doll hairs were exchanged. Oh, I'm sure. Rappy Sleepy Klaus. Yeah, he's already had his fancy feast. Glass, you had a root canal today? Holy, I hope you recover quickly. I know that's no fun. Pickles, USPS isn't as bad as the contractors Amazon hires. Can't read or speak English. I only get my packages 70% of the time. See, we don't have Amazon delivery here. I've only seen the USPS guy, UPS, FedEx. That's it. I've never seen anybody else here. What's up, Dudden? Happy freedom to you. Doing all right. How are you doing, Dudden? Ranch, Amazon ran over my mailbox and didn't pay for it. Okay. Amazon drivers do not sound very good. That's how I feel about FedEx. FedEx drivers are awful. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom to you. Fresca Bean, I use Copilot because I had at least third-party permissions of ones I looked at, but I'm tired of having to hold it. It's so dumb at times. Oh, yeah. I've used Gemini. I've used ChatGPT up to the newest one. I've used Grok. I've used the shit out of Grok. And I currently use Claude, and Claude is way better than all of them. All of them spend too much time worrying about your damn feelings, and that's what causes them to lie to you. They'll just tell you random shit and then 5 seconds later tell you something that contradicts it. Because they're trying to speak a certain way to you, to influence you a certain way. Claude is like, what do you want on your burger? Ketchup or mustard? You're like, mustard. They're like, here's mustard. That's it. There's no, they don't flour it all up and kind of get off task of what you're trying to do. I think Claude is the best out of all the AIs that are out there, but it's still AI. It's an overglorified calculator. What's up, Danon? Happy freedom to you. Watch, man. Amazon hit my van or well and cattle panels, and they got stuck in the yard. Amazon might be worse than FedEx. Done. I used Copilot for a bit when it first came out. Been using Grok. Just noticed tonight that Imagine and many other features are paywalled now. It's just a search engine that wants to blow smoke. Yeah. I had like Super Grok for a while, and I didn't realize it. It went from like $11 to like $20 to $40 a month, and I didn't even know it. I just randomly saw I was being charged $40 for X. And I was like, what the shit? And I walked it back because Grok isn't worth shit. It's just not. Now, if you're trying to use it for code and stuff like that, you want somebody to talk to, it's not real, then yeah, Grok's the shit. You want to have it talk sexy to you and stuff, it'll do that too. It's not good for doing anything useful, though. Yeah, Fresky Bean. I think Claude is the best. Even if you use free Claude. I don't even know what the difference between free Claude and the $20 a month Claude is, because I feel like it's the same, but I think Claude is way better than all those other AIs. What's up, Blade? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sherry TX? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jagula? Happy freedom. Appreciate you stopping by down in Brooklyn. Enjoy the rest of your night. What's up, Mike Ingalls? Happy freedom. Yeah, I just got done doing tax documents. Now, tomorrow morning, I gotta go to H&R Block and see how it goes. What's up, Freely? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Susan? Happy freedom. What's up, XT? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Daywalker? Happy freedom to you. Meta, yeah, I got the taxes done. I gotta process it tomorrow and pay all this money. I pay them like $600 to do my taxes, and all they do is just copy the information that I gave them to a digital document. It's like it just goes from one document to the next, and then I give them $600, and then I gotta pay the government how much ever thousands of dollars they want. What's up, Addie Walker? What's up, Guess Who? Happy freedom. Guess Who? Jeff's bank was like, he sure is paying a lot for X. Jeff calls and blames the spiders. I could. Sam, again, everyone's trying to rip us off. You are not wrong. They are. What's up, Puff and stuff? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, ex-Attorney General Pam Bondi will not be appearing for the House deposition on the Epstein investigation. They're trying to say that she's not going to testify, but Nancy Mace doesn't agree with that. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
Pam Bondi's testimony over the Jeffrey Epstein investigation will not be happening. The Department of Justice says Bondi will not appear before the House Oversight Committee because she's no longer the Attorney General. The committee, however, is not taking no for an answer. Here's D.C. Bureau reporter Ross Ketchke.
Wexner's name was added back.
Within 40 minutes of me catching you red-handed.
Tonight, Pam Bondi may be out as the Attorney General, but she's still at the center of the Jeffrey Epstein scandal on Capitol Hill.
I will restore integrity to the Justice Department.
Before she was fired by President Trump last week, the House Oversight Committee voted to subpoena the AG over her handling of the Epstein files. Bondi faced fierce criticism from both sides of the aisle as the DOJ missed deadlines, published heavily redacted documents, and mistakenly released the identities of more than a dozen women who were abused and trafficked by Epstein.
You published their names, their identities, their images.
But now that she's been forced out of the job, the DOJ says she will not have to testify. The department, writing in a letter to lawmakers, Miss Bondi no longer holds that office. As a result, because Miss Bondi no longer can testify in her official capacity as Attorney General, the department's position is that the subpoena no longer obligates her to appear on April 14th. The news meeting immediate blowback on Capitol Hill. Republicans and Democrats who've been leading the investigation pushing back. South Carolina Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace writing, Our motion to subpoena Pam Bondi, which was passed by the Oversight Committee, was for Bondi by name, not by title. She will still have to appear before the Oversight Committee for a sworn deposition. Meanwhile, the committee's top Democrat is threatening to hold Bondi in contempt if she refuses to testify. So what exactly happens next here? Well, a spokesperson for the Republican majority on this committee that's been investigating Epstein says they're now trying to get in touch with Bondi's attorneys and possibly reschedule her testimony. But as we've heard, both Democrats and Republicans who've been a part of this investigation from the very beginning say the hearing that was scheduled for next week with the former Attorney General must move forward as planned. Louis, all this is setting up something of a staring contest on Capitol Hill, and the big question in these next few days, who blinks first? Pam Bondi or members of Congress?
Okay, so we'll see how this turns out. It doesn't matter either way. She go there and say all kinds of stuff. She could speak for 4 hours like President Trump does. It doesn't matter. Nothing ever happens at those hearings. It just, there's never any outcome that matters at all. It looks good for cameras, whether it goes good, bad, or otherwise. Every once in a while, they'll throw some protesters in there to kind of cause outrage in the middle of somebody speaking, and that's about it. It doesn't matter who says what. Nothing ever happens. There's never an outcome for these kind of hearings. But either way, DOJ says that Pam Bondi is no longer required to testify in the Oversight Committee because she's no longer the Attorney General. Representative Nancy Mace says that she was subpoenaed by name and is going to have to show up. Dems are claiming that they're going to hold her in contempt. But just like Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, they went and testified, and they had to, or else they were going to be held in contempt. They admitted to whatever they admitted to and denied everything else, and it just didn't matter. It just didn't matter. It was in the news for a week, and that was really entertaining, and then that was about it. Next up, we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today was provided by GetSome, and it's titled Klaus's First Google Search. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Pam Bondi. Zero, she wasn't fired. Who knows any fired person who stays around for a month to help the new guy get situated? Well, they're saying that she's going to be doing some other position in the Trump administration, which I don't know if that means like on her back or bent over, but I wonder if they changed her from being AG to not being AG because they didn't want her to testify in this hearing, which I don't know why it matters because there's never an outcome, but it just seems kind of strategic that it happened this way, just like Kristi Noem. She's got this bad news, bad publicity right now because her husband's a freaking weirdo and he's being outed as a weirdo, and they changed her from being the head of DHS right before that news came out. So it kind of seems like this stuff is being done strategically, but we'll see how it goes. Snooks never cared for Pam Bondi. Yeah, I don't know anybody that really digs her. Sam got me on the full screen. I made it. We've made it. We're official now. Glass, Bondi was a pawn. Sorry, but it's true. Seems that way. Magic Moon, the committees are a joke. Yeah, nothing useful ever happens. Done. It sounds like people are trying to change their name to get out of going to jail. I mean, if there was consequences, then it would seem that way. And it does seem that this is strategic, but I don't know why. Because nothing ever happened, so like, why move her out of position to go? Puffin stuff. I heard that she leaked the photos and information on her husband. We're talking about Kristi Noem. She might have been. Dustin D. Oh, no, my tax returns are very complicated. Like today, I handled more than 1,600 transactions by hand. Like, copy the date, copy the name, copy the amount, copy the fees, where did it come from, where did it go, then move to where it went, and then show the payment coming in, how did it get processed, how many fees did it have attached to it, where did it go from then, and just track it from top to bottom. And today was just 1,600 transactions, but yesterday I did, I don't even know, 11,000 or something like that. I did it all day yesterday. My taxes are very complicated. They're very complicated. When I get my paperwork back, it's this thick of printed out pages. I did 131 pages before noon today. It's like my taxes are super complicated, and it sucks, but it just is the way it is. If they would give me tax documents, it wouldn't be that bad, but they won't for one reason or another. Stupid. And so stupid. What's up, Status Quo? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Pesky? Happy freedom to you. Bondi's like everyone else. I don't recall. Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing about them going up there for these hearings. Most time they just don't know anything. They don't have the numbers in front of them. They say a bunch of stuff like that. Nothing ever happens. So Smelly, happy freedom. Congress is a joke. I agree. Ghostly. So what you're saying is all of our donations should be one doll hair at a time and like 40 of them at once. Well, I'm not really trying to dictate that, but I don't know if you guys remember last year at the beginning of summer, I had somebody pull like a year's worth of donations, like fuck a bunch of stuff up, and it locked my account up. It put me in the hole, thousands of dollars. It was a huge ordeal. That is why I didn't get tax papers this year for that specific path. I had to go through and do it one by one because they couldn't give me the tax paperwork because it wouldn't include the forced return payment bullshit. I don't know. But that's what fucked it up. And I didn't ask for that to happen. That was somebody being malicious to me. And so not only did that happen, I had to go through that, and we survived it, thanks to all of you hooligans. But here it is, tax time, and I have to go through and meticulously explain everything because they didn't give me tax paperwork because of that. So it's not that I'm bitching about you guys. It's just the way, how thorough I have to be to make sure I don't get fucked by the government, because I hear it's not a lot of fun. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, we got our midlife break. Let's get this pulled up.
Let's see.
All right. Like I said, this is our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today was provided by GetSome and is titled Klaus's First Google Search.
Let's see if I can find the best way to kill Jeff, get rid of the body, move to Texas, and finally be happy. Fuck him.
I knew it. I knew it didn't clear his browser history. I knew immediately. That's why I was late today. Anyways, getting back into the news here. Husband of missing American woman. I don't know why they said that. All the other videos say Michigan woman. This American woman. She's out in the Bahamas and he's speaking out. I think the husband did it. But either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick. If you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to open a browser, go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get this pulled up. Now, this woman just fell overboard and they can't find her, and it's all good. Nobody went to jail. No big deal. So I mean, this might be a thing. I don't know. We'll just go ahead and get into this before I get too far ahead of myself. Hit that like button and let's get this rolling.
Tonight, new clues in the search for an American woman who vanished at sea in the Bahamas. 55-year-old Lynette Hooker was on a boat ride with her husband Brian when she went missing. Lynette's daughter Carly sharing this voicemail with NBC News, which she says is from her stepfather.
And they have found a flotation device that I threw to Mom when she fell overboard, and so they haven't found her yet, but they can now focus all of their efforts in a smaller area.
Brian telling investigators the two left Hopetown for Elbow Key at 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, when Lynette later fell from their 8-foot dinghy. According to police, he says she was swept away, taking the boat's only key with her and forcing him to paddle for hours towards Marsh Harbor, reporting her missing around 4 a.m. Brian writing on Facebook, he is heartbroken, adding, despite desperate attempts to reach her, the winds and currents drove us further apart. We continue to search for her, and that is my sole focus. A marine forecast from that day indicating strong winds and rough seas at the time Lynette went overboard. But Lynette's daughter now raising serious questions about the couple's history, revealing they had a volatile relationship.
They have history of not getting along, especially when they drink.
The couple were avid sailors who documented their travels on social media.
Do the foghorn.
The search now in its 4th day, but so far there is still no sign of Lynette.
All right, George Solis joins us now live from the Bahamas. Brian Hooker said he paddled to shore for hours. You're standing where he eventually landed. What are you learning about that journey?
Yeah, Tom, authorities saying he paddled to this marina right here. No sign of him here today. Locals that know this harbor well say the waters here actually aren't that deep, about 5 feet across some stretches, and a strong enough swimmer could make it to safety. Tom?
Okay, George Solis. George, thank you. We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top.
Okay. I don't know. It seems too easy to me. You just take somebody you don't like out in the water, let them play with your dinghy a little bit, throw that ass overboard, and go home and call it a day. Is it really that easy? I don't know. I feel like you got to know some people. Anyways, they're saying this woman fell overboard after she was riding on his small dinghy out in the Bahamas. The husband said that she fell overboard, had the key with her, shut the motor off. He tried to save her, but he was unable to, so he had to paddle back to shore. The daughter says it's unlikely that she fell overboard, says the relationship between her mom and stepdad is rocky. They have divers and drones looking for her, but they haven't found her yet. Do you guys believe this story, or do you think something else happened? Next up, former FedEx driver pleads guilty in the murder of a 7-year-old girl because he's a piece of shit and his defense is making crazy excuses. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this woman who fell overboard in the Bahamas. Guess who was that? Ghostly, you think he pushed her? I think he might have too. Zero. They were on a dinghy. They weren't even on a real boat. Guess well, she was a hooker. I mean, she might have been. Snooks, I think her husband offed her and then dumped her. I wonder if she's not in the water at all because they got divers and drones and all that stuff looking for her and they can't find her. So it makes me think she's not even in the water. That something else happened to her and he just made that whole story up. Glass, good advice. Don't ride on your husband's dinghy. There you go. Words to live by. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom to you. She must have been drunk too. 5 feet isn't that deep. Well, I keep thinking about that, but if they got drones and divers out there, why can't they find her? If she's just, right out there floating around somewhere, then how come they can't find her? Puff stuff is Bigfoot. It might have been. Done he clubbed her first? Could be. Fresca Bean, I think he said she got further away, so he paddled the boat 10 miles to shore. And another one I seen, yeah. I've watched like 3 or 4 of these videos to try and understand what happened. Mokopotamus life insurance? Could be. What's up, Polish? Happy freedom. The sharks got her. As a Zero saying, it was the cocaine sharks. Zero rip currents will drag the body far away. Yeah, it just seems like it would pop up. Like we covered that video about the woman supposedly being eaten by the shark, and they looked for her for like 2 days, but then they found her and they supposedly validated it was a shark bite or something along those lines. I remember they were kind of vague about it. Damn cocaine sharks. Pesky, yeah, I hate doing taxes. Hate it. Dixie Loaf, happy freedom to you. My cat is definitely doing that. Plotting. That's what these cats do. Damn cats. Smelly, yeah, he killed her. I can tell. You can hear it in the message. Sorry, sweetheart, your mom, they ain't gonna find her. I mean, they haven't found her yet, is what I meant to say. I don't know why they even played that audio clip. It doesn't help his case. I can't believe he's not in jail, though, but I guess maybe they don't have enough to put him in jail. You know what the saying is? It's always the husband that did it. So it's like, I don't know how he's walking free. Guess who she should identify as a dolphin and wanted to swim with them? That's probably what it was. They didn't tell us her pronouns. It's important. Real important. Guess who? Fancy feast is a business expense. Yes. Got to write down all that fancy feast. Where you going? Our work isn't done here yet. He ain't that damn tired. He's just fat. Branch, I don't know how she got those bricks around her feet. Yeah, exactly. She's tied to an anchor right now. Hope not. Tony Rez, what's more dangerous, cocaine sharks or Viagra dolphins? Depends on what you're into. Depends on how your week is going, I guess. Anyways, moving forward to this terrible story here. Former FedEx driver pleads guilty in murder of 7-year-old girl. Not surprised it's a FedEx driver. I guess Amazon drivers aren't too great either from what you guys are saying. Gotta keep an eye on these drivers out here. Hit that like button and let's get into this.
This morning, an unexpected guilty plea at the capital murder trial of a former FedEx driver accused of killing a 7-year-old Texas girl after delivering a Christmas gift to her home.
She was so much fun. She was a free spirit.
Prosecutors say back in 2022, Tanner Horner claimed as he was backing out of the driveway, he hit 7-year-old Athena Strand, allegedly telling investigators that Athena did not appear seriously injured, but fearing she'd tell her father what had happened. He panicked and strangled her.
I'll tell you, that little girl right there is a warrior. She fought with the strength of 100 men.
Prosecutors tell a different story. They claim Horner plotted the killing for days.
He knew what was going on. He drove through the scene that day. He drove right through the scene that day.
The jury yesterday saw this chilling image of Athena inside Horner's truck before the alleged murder. Now, a jury will decide if he'll spend the rest of his life in prison or face the death penalty.
And he was there 24 hours before on the same road at a different house with a different girl.
His lawyers claim Horner's autism, his struggle with mental health, and his exposure to lead paint should disqualify him from the death penalty.
Testing shows that he has 24 times the amount of lead that a person his age should have in his bones. You don't have to be a scientist or a doctor to know that lead has terrible effects on the brain.
Testimony resumes today as the jury considers Horner's sentence. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Nothing good about that story. Nothing at all. And then his defense, trying the best he can, sound like a total idiot. Saying this FedEx driver claims to have hit a 7-year-old with his vehicle, but she did not appear injured. And then he was afraid she was going to tell her dad, so he just strangled her to death. That shit doesn't make any sense. And the prosecutor was saying that they think that he planned it, that he planned on murdering her. He was seen hanging out with some other child while doing his route and all of that. His defense claims that he has mental problems, which I don't think they needed to highlight that. They say that he's got autism and lead paint exposure, so he should be spared the death penalty. And it's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. What is he supposed to do? Live 200 years in prison? They might as well just give him the death penalty. Like, what? I don't know. He didn't accidentally strangle the 7-year-old to death. Okay, that's not how it happens. I don't know. They're too soft on these people. Either way, next up, man shot by ICE in Patterson. He's acquitted of murder, the attorney says, which without context sounds really questionable. Apparently this illegal who was fleeing from the police was shot. They don't know that he's okay, but they were told he's okay. And they're trying to figure everything else out around it. That's how the title should be wrote down. But either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these murderous FedEx drivers. Guess If he was so special needs, and how did he get a CDL and a medical card? Yeah, exactly. How'd he pass the training if he couldn't tell the difference between right and wrong when it comes to strangling a 7-year-old? Sam, everyone's exposed to lead. Yeah, pretty much. Anybody that's been around longer than 10 years most likely has been exposed to lead and asbestos. A lot. Zero, fuck your mental health. Yeah, exactly. It's not everybody else's fault. Your mental health is going to shit. Mokopotamus, well, one more piece of lead won't hurt him. Fix the problem. Yeah, status quo. I don't know what is wrong with people. I don't know how somebody could do that. Smelly, he knew what he was doing. Yeah, absolutely. This guy can drive to houses, find the address, use the tracking system, not set off their speed detector thing because the truck can tell if you're speeding or not or breaking laws and everything else. I guess the truck is like a giant GPS unit. He can do all that shit, deliver packages without fucking it up, confirm that he delivered the package. Doesn't know if it's right or wrong to strangle a 7-year-old, though. They didn't cover that in the training. Like, I don't know. I don't know. The attorney needs to go sit down somewhere. That's just dumbest defense ever. What's up, Sandra's Library? Happy freedom to you. Sam, he needs more lead. He does. He's not all the way there yet. Ghostly, yeah, I agree. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us today, guess. Enjoy the rest of your night. Wrench, the dad of that girl, should hire the guy. Let's see. Hire the guy in the dinghy to take on a trip. Yeah, exactly. Got a passenger for you. Wink. It's like, you ever been on a dinghy? Screen fades to black. All right, hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, illegal shot by ICE while trying to flee from a traffic stop. We're going to call it that because the title they wrote is straight dog shit. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, that you should go join jeffmaclive.com. Go set you up a profile, create some posts for Hooligans Alley, the forums, or the group chats. Plus, watching the live is a lot more fun with memes and GIFs in the chat. There's tons of stuff to do and new things happening every day. So select a free membership in order to get started here. Drop this link really quick. Go do the thing. There we go. Like I said, get into this next video here. See, Legal was flying, yeah. He was fleeing, and ICE shot him. Now, as far as we could tell, he's in stable condition, because that's what authorities said. But his family members and everybody hasn't been able to confirm that. He could be dead right now, and nobody knows. I don't know. Hit that like button and let's get into this.
Fox 40's Josie Hart is in Modesto with what that family is demanding.
So we are outside Doctors Medical Center in Modesto awaiting answers from officials. The family does tell us that they were told by medical staff yesterday that Carlos was in stable condition, but they did not get any further details even today. And what they're asking for is for transparency so that they know how they can proceed with the legal process.
It doesn't add up.
It's painful. Tensions were building outside Doctors Medical Center in Modesto on Tuesday night as protesters demanded answers in the ICE-involved shooting of a man in Patterson. 36-year-old Carlos Ivan Mendoza Hernandez was shot by ICE agents during a traffic stop Tuesday morning. Federal officials claiming he was wanted in connection to a murder in El Salvador and suspected of having gang ties. But today, his family and attorney spoke out to dispute that.
Carlos is a family man who was on his way to work when he was detained by ICE. He has had no criminal contacts in the United States.
I know Carlos based on my experience living with him, based on the years that we've been together, the situations that we encountered. And I know he's not that bad person that they are painting outside.
The attorney says despite repeated attempts, they have not been able to see or talk to Carlos or even confirm if he's still alive.
I was given the outside contractor security company's supervisor, and they said, I can't tell you anything, and walked away.
The attorney provided documents from El Salvador officials stating that Mendoza was acquitted in a murder case.
If he was released after being acquitted with no other holds on him, he cannot have a warrant. So that information must be either erroneous or completely made up. And only DHS knows what they're looking at.
The family questions the encounter and why it escalated.
We've all seen the video, and one of our big things here is if you look at the video, the officers there clearly weren't trained how to do a proper traffic stop.
The attorney says the California Highway Patrol initiated the stop over a cracked windshield, but questions why ICE agents became involved.
The only way ICE rolls out on a targeted pickup is either they get a report of fingerprints that go into their system, or somebody picks up the phone and calls. We don't know who on earth would call.
Cindy, who did not provide her last name out of fear for her safety, says Carlos was stopped by Turlock police last Friday for the same cracked windshield and wonders if that could be tied. For now, the family says their priority is simple: getting answers and getting access to Carlos.
Just want him to know that I'm here for you, whole family is here for you, and we will do our best to support you as much as we can.
We do know that a GoFundMe has been set up to support the family, and you can find that on our website, fox40.com. For now, reporting in Modesto, covering local news that matters, Josie Hart, Fox 40 News.
Josie, thanks.
Okay. So they don't ever validate in the video if he's actually illegal or not. So I went and Googled it to figure it all out. And he is illegal. They just don't want to say that shit in the video because they're trying to make you feel bad that this illegal was evading arrest. He fled from the traffic stop and they ended up shooting him. But they would shoot any of us for doing the same thing. If law enforcement stops you and you flee, you resist arrest, you do all this shit, you act dangerous, they're going to shoot you. I mean, I'm not saying it's a great time. I'm just saying that's the consequence of those actions. But either way, they're saying this man was shot by ICE. He was shot during a traffic stop for a cracked windshield. ICE believes that he was wanted in El Salvador for murder and is suspected of having gang ties. They say that the family members paint him as such a great family man. They mentioned that they have been told that he's in stable condition, but they haven't been able to validate that he actually is in stable condition, saying he could be dead for all they know because they haven't made contact with him. The defense mentions that in El Salvador they have documents to show that he was acquitted of murder in that country, that they think that ICE was either misled or that they're just making up the situation. I don't know. They'd have been able to figure it out a lot easier if he wouldn't have fled from the traffic stop. I mean, just saying, that wasn't the right choice there. Either way, next up, we got the last little bit of the news, and it is lefties losing it. Today, it's titled Gutfeld Dominates Late Night Ratings as Colbert, Kimmel, and Fallon Flounder. Right? Yeah. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this illegal getting shot after he fled from a traffic stop. Zero Family Man, code for illegal. Yeah, exactly. Cosley, y'all remember when Fox was at least pretending to be conservative and not posting GoFundMe links for criminals? I remember. Yeah. Yup, not anymore. They're all part of the same system, and they've pretty much lost their mask. Zero, cracked windshield is a valid stop. Yeah. Well, and they say that he was already pulled over for a cracked windshield, which means that he didn't fix it, which is, one way or another. Shit costs money, I suppose. But then they're saying that ICE stopped him for a cracked windshield, and they think that ICE shouldn't have been involved in the traffic stop because they're not here to pull people over for cracked windshields. So they were saying that normally if ICE gets involved it's because somebody called the police or basically somebody got processed into a jail or some sort of facility. Thumbprints came back or fingerprints came back. ICE now gets involved because they're already on a list somewhere. They're saying in this situation that didn't happen because he didn't even stop for the traffic stop. So they think that someone must have called. And the defense says, well, who would have called? Maybe the police. Maybe the police that pulled him over for the cracked windshield, maybe they called ICE and was like, hey, we just stopped an illegal for a cracked windshield. We let him go with a fix-it ticket or whatever may have happened. ICE spotted the same vehicle with the same plates, with the same cracked windshield, and was like, that's that illegal fucker right there, and then jumped on it. That's what I assume happened, but that's just my own, creativity going on here. No, who knows what actually happened. Zero, they can enforce the law. Yeah, they can. I heard you, sir. Yeah. Today's the day. That's right. Magic Moon cracked windshield was an excuse. I think so too. Smelly, not a big fan of the GoFundMe. They attach that to every sad story. Guess who you cracking me up over here? Branch, it's only okay to shoot MAGA supporters, basically. That's how it goes. Major states are telling their police not to assist with ICE and it's bullshit. Yeah, we covered a story. I can't remember if it was in New York or where it was, but there was 2 officers that were suspended because they contacted Border Patrol of some sort saying that they had, I think they had a traffic stop with illegals, and so they contacted Border Patrol, and then the department found out and they suspended the officers because they were saying it's against policy to contact federal law enforcement when they come across illegals. That shit doesn't make any sense. If you come across illegals and you help them in any way, you basically don't turn them in, you are liable to be arrested. You are liable to have charges pressed against you because you could be aiding and abetting illegals. But if an officer comes across an illegal, they can go out and have drinks with them and I don't know, hook them up with a new place to stay and it's no big deal. But if you do it, you're going to prison. It's too bad. It's stupid. The law is stupid. The way it's enforced is stupid. Either way, let's get into this last little bit of the news. It is Lefties Losing It, and today it's titled Gutfeld Dominates Late Night Ratings as Colbert, Kimmel, and Fallon Flounder. What color do you think Rita is wearing today?
It's time.
I don't even know the name of this color, so I won't be able to tell if you guys are right or not. Magic Moon saying green. Zero saying red. Major saying mauve and white. White. Why is my nose itching so much? It's driving me crazy. Puff Stuff saying purple. Fucking purple. Colty saying mauve. Dutton saying yellow. Red saying lime green. Go see. Yeah, you're probably right. Glass saying chartreuse. Mike Eagle saying pink. Blade saying fuchsia. Daywalker saying pink. Eddie Walker saying pink. Why you guys all saying pink? Guess who's saying yellow mustard? What's the other kind of mustard? Heard you saying red. Major with the periwinkle. Yep, right in the periwinkle. That's right. That's how more hooligans are made. Here, Juicer. I'm off work before Jeff. Been like 3 years. What is... Don't you loop me in with those Jeep owners. Here, Juicer. Says Jeef. I had to read it 3 times before I figured it out. Ghostly. I don't know if I can say that one. Ghostly. That might be pushing the boundaries there. Let me see. Watchman saying green. Polish saying brown spicy mustard. Rappy saying white. Colty saying Polish. What color is Polish? Am I Polish colored? Blade, you can't guess all the colors. You gotta pick a color. Right mind saying blue? Is that everybody? Is that all the bets? Have they all been placed? Major scissor fest, Jeeps and Subarus. I mean, could be a good time. You never know. Depends what you pull up in. Major bumping uglies. Oh, it's gonna be ugly, all right. It's part of the deal there. Puppet stuff saying purple. Culty, yeah, I'm having a hard time. I'm barely awake. I realized that afterwards. I wasn't gonna say anything about it. Zero, some of these guesses slay me. I know, I love the custom colors. Sage Pop, booby colored. There you go. There you go. I hope you're right. Blade, you asked what color of mustard? Oh, I see. I see. You guys keeping me up to speed here. What the fuck is this? Oh, bots. Bam. Throwing hammers. I'm too tired to be throwing hammers. Why does it sound like drugs when you say it like that? Yeah, Colty, I am having a hard time. Alright, hooligans. It's whatever color this is. Now tell me, what color is that? Specifically, what color? You guys are so clever with your color names. What color is that specifically? Hit that like button and let's get into this.
It's time for Lefties Losing It. Let's go to the red state of Georgia and see who the lefties are hoping will be elected to the Georgia State House.
Hi, I'm Aaron Baker, and I am an openly trans Jewish lesbian running for Georgia State House.
Hi, and I'm Jeremiah Olney. I am a straight, white, atheist man running for Georgia State House.
But we're both strong progressives.
So progressive and inclusive and diverse, except they're just two white dudes. You know, I've missed my favourite crazy-eyed Swedish miscreant. She's so special. Despite her limited schooling, Greta Thunberg is an expert on the climate and geopolitics, and now she's an expert on genocide and war crimes.
The President of the United States just said that a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. And no one is reacting. This speaks for itself. What the is anyone even doing at this point? We have normalized genocide, total annihilation of entire people, the systematic destruction of the biosphere which we are all depending on to survive, and that corrupt, racist war criminals can act with complete impunity. But even though we have allowed far too much so far, it is not too late to say stop. If we don't, we shouldn't be able to call ourselves human.
Oh, hon, I've never called you human. I've called you a Swedish doom goblin more than once and called you a demented clown, and I'm sure we'll come up with some new ones as the year progresses. Now to failed late-night TV host Stephen Colbert, who suddenly cares a lot about gas prices, but it wasn't always that way.
Somehow, President Businessman didn't see all this coming. Reportedly, this weekend's oil price spike caught White House staffers off guard. According to one, it was insane. But it's going to cost. Since the invasion, oil prices have skyrocketed. Today, the average gas price in America hit an all-time record high of over $4 per gallon. Okay, that stings, but a clean conscience is worth $1 or $2. I'm willing to pay $4 a gallon. Hell, I'll pay $15 a gallon because I drive a Tesla.
Isn't that funny? In 2022, it was all about a clean conscience, but Stephen Colbert doesn't seem to give a stuff about Iranians, more than 90 million Iranians living under an Islamist dictatorship, and doesn't seem to care about the women there who face being beaten, raped and even murdered by the regime for fighting for their freedom. Maybe he got rid of his Tesla. Now, we all know what happens at the midterms. The party in power takes a hit, often a big hit, and with the war in Iran and rising gas prices and the media hysteria around, well, everything, the Democrats are expecting to win big in November. But there's some polling suggesting that may be wishful thinking. Take it away, CNN polling expert Harry Enton.
Net favorability, party ahead at this point, midterm years with the GOP president. In 2018, Dems were up by 12. In 2006 on net favorability, which party you like more? Dems were ahead by 18. Republicans are actually ahead on net favorability at this point by 5 points. So Democrats are just simply put running behind their previous benchmarks, and they need to be running well ahead of them if they want to take back the United States Senate.
Let's bring in Center for the American Experiment.
Okay, that is lefties losing it there. Greta Thunberg looking like she smells bad. Either way, that does wrap up the news. We are going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be covering our 2 funny videos of the day because my stomach cannot handle sour candy right now. I need to eat real food and I need to sleep at least 6 hours before we do that. So tomorrow we'll be in some more sour candy, but I just can't do it today. I'm giving it all I got right now. We got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one is provided by Donnie and it's titled, "The Bus is Huge." And our official funny video of the day was provided by Ghostly and it's titled, "The Street You Grew Up On." It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about lefties losing it. Zero said she looks like she looks Down syndrome-ish. I said alcohol fetal syndrome. Ghostly said her mom had to wash the Tylenol down with something when she was pregnant. Why not vodka? That's exactly what happened. Zero, they do suck. I hate doing taxes. I hate doing taxes. I hate doing apartment paperwork, but I don't have to worry about the apartment paperwork until July, I think, so I'll sweat it then. Everybody's saying Laura Farquaad. Yeah, that's exactly what she looks like. Fresca Bean, I found the magenta chart. 50 Shades of Magenta. Looks like she's deep magenta. I don't know last time I was deep in magenta. My goodness, that's lovely. Thank you for finding that. 50 Shades of Magenta. I can hear the music playing in the background. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Goldie, you guys are fucking colorblind. A little bit. I just don't know the names of things. I can see the color. I just don't know what everybody else calls it. Blade, she's a war criminal? What makes her a war criminal? I know she's an idiot. She's always outraged. That's why she looks the way she does. All that stress. Guess who? She was born in Arkansas. Who knew she had a southern twang? Who are you talking about? Rita? Rita was born in Arkansas? Out in Arkansas. Polish, 50 Shades of Virginia? What does that mean? Holy. Magic Moon, whatever color it is, she looks great in it. That's right. That's right. That's where I'm at on it. Alright, hooligans. Let's get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick. If you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals. Buy me a coffee. You can send some in the P.O. Box, or you can even send crypto. Let's get these funny videos pulled up. Like I said, this first one is provided by Donnie. Couldn't tell what we were looking at for. I thought it was a World Star video at first. World Star videos start just like this. Anyways, like I said, this was provided by Donnie and it's titled, "That Bus is Huge."
Oh my god! Dude, is that not the biggest school bus you've ever seen? Like, bro, I didn't even know they made them that big.
That's like, a normal school bus.
What do you mean, dude? That's a monster bus, bro.
That's a normal size school bus.
Dude, that's a monster bus. What are you talking about?
How big was your school bus?
Like 6 seats, maybe?
6 seats?
Yeah, why?
Bro, you're on the short bus.
No, that's the normal one.
That is not that's the normal bus.
No, that's a monster bus. Dude, I've never seen a bus that big.
Never seen a bus that big before. That's what she said. Getting into our official funny video of the day. Today was provided by Ghostly. Let's get this pulled up. Alright. Like I said, this was provided by Ghostly and it's titled, "The Street You Grew Up On." Straight from Gay Street. I know when I saw the Jeep pull up. Well, Hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to grab this link really quick. I'm going to drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through. We have the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and then we are raiding out over on Rumble. Klaus doesn't ride the short bus, he drives it. There's the link list link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, we'd really appreciate it. With your guys' contributions, keep us running every day except for Sunday, because you got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there, keeping the conversation going 24/7. We have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience a live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. But first, we got the pledge coming up, and then we're raiding out over on Rumble. Ghostly, I'll take a picture of the bus my work uses. It's the struggle bus, but in real life, all beat up and dented and short as fuck. Just how we like it. Should be pulling up to the hooligan picnic like that. Ghostly monster bus for sure, yeah. Bus was huge. Thank you, Zero. I was just wondering who all we've rated so far this week. Oh, I appreciate you being with us, Magic Moon. Enjoy the rest of your night. What's up, Jacob? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. It is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We did the thing. Let's figure out who we are raiding over on Rumble. But before we get into this, we have to cut off Twitch because the raids are against community guidelines over there for whatever reason. So if you're watching on Twitch, you'd like to join us in the raid, you're welcome to move over to X, Blaze, Kick, Rumble, YouTube, or jeffmaclive.com if you'd like to participate in the raid. Otherwise, I will see you Twitch Hooligans tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Everybody else just sit tight. We got to cut off Twitch and we're raiding out. Do the thing. Click the button. Double check. I'm so tired of looking at screens today. There we are. We have cut the umbilical cord. We are moving forward. Let's see who we're raiding today. Third Railify is live. We never get to raid them. Let's do that. Let's do that. They're not expecting this. All right, hooligans, hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's get raiding.
How long do you think you could last?
I don't know if I could show that picture.
And Jeff Mack has raided the stream. Burr, 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 burr. Folks, if you are not yet following Mr. Jeff Mack himself, please make sure to click on his name. give him a follow. Give his little notification bell a little lick and a tickle. Folks, if you are coming in on the raid, we appreciate you. We love you. Happy freedom to all of you that are coming on over.
Jeff.
Please make
Oh, freezing up.
And
like our channel. Give us a follow. Hit that notification bell. We promise you, you'll only regret it just a little bit. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Let's get those likes up. Let's get rid of those thumbs downs. Folks, you can do it. Yeah, just type 2 in the chat, hooligans.
no, one's in the chat. One's in the chat.
So, folks, we have just gone over and debated the very important positions of...
Oh, I didn't realize I had my mic on this whole time. Sorry, hooligans. Holy crap, they're showing all kinds of stuff. We just averted a strike. Anyways, fantastic raid, you hooligans. Sorry about my mic. I did not realize it was unmuted. I'm still half asleep. Either way, make sure we got everything here. We are good to go. We're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping her up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Gotta go do the taxes at H&R Block tomorrow at 9 a.m. So it's not going to interfere with the live. If we're late, it'll be for other reasons. It won't be for tax reasons. Either way. Ghostly rated at the perfect time. Yeah, I guess. What are you talking about, 10 Man? That sounds... I need some context. Hey, thanks for being with us, Rappy. Enjoy the rest of your night. Fresca being anatomy scan. I don't think they were necessarily talking about human anatomy as for learning purposes. Not exactly sure what they were doing. Appreciate you being with us, MU. Alright, hooligans, it looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. You guys are fantastic. Go enjoy the rest of your night. It's already almost midnight here. I'm going to find myself some good food because I'm sitting here starving to death. But I hope you guys have a fantastic night. Make your way back to us tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.